Hey, what's up? We are One Take. In this channel, we talk about different topics that are relevant to our young people in an open yet respectful manner, all in one take. In this episode, we invited millennials and Gen Zs to talk about something that a young person might have asked himself or herself. Will I choose a career that I am passionate about but doesn't pay well necessarily? Or will I choose a career that pays well but my heart is not necessarily into it? Do I even have to choose between passion and career? That's what they will be talking about in this episode. Let's hear them out.
Hi, I'm Marlon, and what I'm passionate about right now is all about music. So I play the guitar, and I'm also into the mixing, and the production stuff, and the recording. So my career right now is I'm a CPA. So I'm in a corporate world who's doing a lot of financial reporting and mostly management reports to help them decide what's good for the business.
Okay, so hi, I'm Reg. What I'm passionate about is food, travel, learning, and in line with my course, since I'm still a student, I would like to establish my own business in the future. So, I'm still looking into what industry that I'll want to be part of.
Hi, I'm Migs. So I'm a aspiring filmmaker, storyteller. I'm currently still finding that place within what I can do for the future. But overall, I really want to pursue what I have tried to build upon myself in the past few years.
Hi, I'm Lystra. So what I really love doing is performing. So I've been in theater since I was in 5th grade. I was also dancing, ballet. I was also doing choral and etc. But currently, I'm a brand assistant for a marketing team of a Gensher Corporation, so it's a startup company. Yeah.
So, well, for me, on my current status now, so maybe the difference between them is the career. So what gives you food in the table for your family, and maybe in terms of the passion of doing it, maybe while doing your career, you're doing it as a hobby, maybe, or the things that you would like to do outside what you're doing right now.
So parang yung passion for you is something na, sideline or something that you enjoy doing, but career is something stable for you.
Yeah.
Well, I actually agree then. But for me, career din kasi is something that you can also be your passion, that you can monetize your passion in. It's just that siguro mas magiging challenging siya, especially if it's in the arts. Or, if it's something na, medyo, kasi pag passion mo, parang medyo, for me, scary siya kasi it's what you like eh. And then parang you have this feeling na you can't just enjoy it, but you also have to succeed in it. Kasi, hindi naman tayo pwede magutom. But yeah, for me, that's what career and passion is.
I do agree na that's what passion is about. I think it's very, in a way, subjective to an individual. But at least from where I stand, it's really more about what drives you forward alongside, or
I agree.
if you're bold enough to be your career, somewhere in the future.
Yeah.
I think for me, passion is something that makes your heart move really fast or beat really fast.
Yes.
Like ever since you were a kid, like if somebody's gonna ask you, kids are so passionate, they're so emotional about things. So if you ask them, what do you want to be when you grow up? I feel like the very first answer normally, that's your original passion.
Yes.
Passion is something that you get really moved and excited about when you talk about it. And when people talk about, like, for you, storytelling, for you, learning, and for Kuya Marlon, it's music. It's like when you guys talk about it, you just see the sparkle in their eyes, and that's passion for me. And career on the other side, yes, I agree with Reg that passion and career your passion could be your career, but career mostly is something that I guess you really center your focus on, not just to earn you money, but really most of your time goes to that career because that's how you're gonna live, at least, or like earn a living.
Yeah, that actually reminded me of what my mom tells me now kasi ngayon, I'm graduating already. So, medyo naghahanap na ako ng job and she wants me to, alam mo yung ililinya ko yung saan, yung passion ko dun sa job ko. And she told me na pag passion mo kasi, kahit ginagawa mo siya paulit-ulit, hindi ka mapapagod. It's something that you do, so like you can notice, ano ba yung ginagawa ko usually? And, you know, I think your friends will notice it then kasi that's what you're passionate about. You can't stop speaking about it, or like it's what you do also in your free time. So
I also agree. Really, when I talk about my passion for music and for recording, when I talk to my friends, it's really unending.
oh, wow.
I mean, hindi siya talagang tumitigil. And really, you have so many ideas and you get so many things to talk about. And yun talaga siguro yun yung evidence na you're really passionate about one thing. Kasi yun nga, bumibilis talaga yung tibok ng puso mo when you talk about your passion. And you're really happy about talking about it to other people.
I think you can relate with that kasi diba, you're really into film and you can talk hours and hours like
Oh
on
boy.
what you're passionate about.
Yeah, pop culture, gaming, or
Right,
like
right.
films, anything that I can put under a script, send it to everyone, maybe even shoot it if possible.
Totoo.
Yeah, it's what my parents also realized then. Like kaya nga, so when I asked my parents, should I ma, do I go like in your footsteps, like corporate or or like arts? Yeah, my mom was like comfortable. Okay, like whatever you are comfortable with, just go with it. We'll support you. So at least I know. That's also, I appreciate them about it, and also like what is driving me to a pursuit, even if it's hard nowadays.
Totoo.
Like speaking of passion and career, I feel like there's such thing as passion burnout. If some people they really love music since they were kids, and then they start doing music as a career, and then they would do it every single day, and for some reason they get tired of just participating in music because it also turned into their career. So I
Yeah.
think that's possible also. Just because you really love something and it's not something you're doing full time, sometimes even if you love it, you get tired of it. Parang buhay lang yan. Parang tao lang yan eh.
Nagsasawa ka rin.
Minsan kahit mahal na mahal mo, naiinis ka rin sa kanila eh.
No, I think you got too comfortable with it na parang, and you also have this pressure nga tulad ng sinabi ko kanina na, it's something that I also have to do. Parang hindi na lang siya yung pwede kong gawin during my pastime or it's I have to do this whether may time ako or wala, or gusto ko, pagod ako or what.
Regarding the passion burnout, well, we know a lot of artists famous artists who stop for a while, di ba? Kasi for example, Ed Sheeran, who stopped right? Mateo Sasato, who's a famous guitarist right now. He deactivated all his Instagram account and stopped playing the guitar because we didn't know the reason, but he stopped. Maybe that's yung passion burnout. It is really possible even kahit dun sa mga famous persons. And mangyayari pa sa kanila yun when mas marami. Yun.
But I think when it comes to passion burnout naman, it's not really like doing it every single day until you feel like it's not worth anymore. I think it's still worth knowing na you can still take a break. You can still like maybe pursue other things you might be passionate about in the future. Maybe invest in those a bit. It's not really about just trying to do it on the grind daily.
I think for passion and career, people shouldn't be so boxed into those ideas. Oh, I'm passionate about this, or oh, this is my career. Ito lang yung gagawin ko. No, like you should always be willing to branch out and explore, and always have that like openness into doing different kinds of things because we're ever evolving as people.
Yes, that's true.
The reason why I chose accounting because I was encouraged by my mom. Alright, so she was working with a lot of CPAs in an audit firm. So she was not a CPA, but she has a lot of friends who are CPAs and encouraged me and built me siguro through that course na anak, take accounting because the future is bright over there. So Yun yung sigurong the main reason why I chose the career path because yun nga, I wanted music at first, right? So maybe on the practicality side, I was thinking na yeah, maybe my mom is right during those times, okay? And yun.
Well, for me naman kasi, I think it was shaped by my environment or like my parents mainly. Kasi I grew up, my parents are businessmen. So para sa akin, you know, I love that notion na I can have my own time. I can spend it however I want. You know, after like na-stabilize na yung business, I'll just have like the follow-up and stuff. So I was exposed into it and that's what drove me to, like, that's why I chose to be a business student. And ayun, now that I'm, like, my plans would be like, just, you know, get experience usual and then build my own business afterwards.
For me, I kind of discovered it recently, like a few years ago. Originally, I went to my course. Just originally, yeah, it was supposed to be for gaming. It was or maybe doing graphic arts on the side. But after we did for our majors, where we are tasked to do short films or skits, that's when I realized that this is actually like one of the best things that can drive me every day, even if it's even if the process itself is so difficult.
Yeah.
The end results is just something that you put yourself to from whatever your heart desires into like something physical that people can actually resonate with.
Yeah.
So that for me is like the best feeling.
For me, what drove me to my college course, I guess, parang it's similar to everybody. Like, parents talaga, they have a huge influence. Initially in high school, I was telling my dad that I want to do theater arts for my course. But he said, okay, what are you gonna feed your children if you take that course? And no beef to people who actually took theater arts. Like, I really do respect them, and there are people who are very successful there. But I don't have that risk-taking ability to actually go and just shove myself into a course that sounds so limiting. So I took entrepreneurial management. It's also a business course, and that's why I'm here now. That's what I'm doing, and I don't regret it naman.
That's good.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, if the family status is not an issue, I will definitely go into music and to mixing and production, to music and production talaga. Kasi it's really evident that I really like doing it, and it takes away all the stress when I'm doing it. So no doubt I will choose that route.
For me naman, I can be a very, like a free spirit kasi. So medyo may pagka-wanderer ako. And I wish na I took more time thinking about what I really wanted. Kasi to be honest, I took up business kasi it was the easiest choice. It was very broad. I can go differently kasi, you know, ang dami ko rin kasing gusto sa buhay. So it was a safe choice for me. But I hope siguro na I thought more about it. I thought
That's gone now.
So I wish that I thought more about it and I chose like a course that would a course that will really, you know, challenge me. Yung parang talagang mapapasabi ko, ay wow, this is something I took, like it was a leap of faith that I did.
Right.
So mas magiging fulfilling for me, I guess.
If it was different, I'd say it would still be the same path towards content creation in general. It may not be filmmaking, but you know, if I may have gone to a different college, it may have been game design, it may have been graphic arts. Regardless, I think it's still like giving myself out there for everyone to see.
So it's a yes and a no. Yes, because like the idea of taking up theater arts for 4 years sounds very exciting, but also no, because I realized after I've graduated, I can still pursue whatever it is that I want, despite my course being entrepreneurial management. Because just because you took something for college, just because that's your course, doesn't mean that's the career that you will
Or
pursue.
you're restricted to it.
Exactly. So if you're really passionate about something, doors will eventually open up to you.
That's
Opportunities will eventually open up to you as you pursue something that you really love. So I'm still doing like theater on the sidelines. I'm still doing performing arts, and actually the connections that I've made back in high school, back in college when I was participating in these organizations in school, they still tap me and say, hey, we have a production. Do you want to be a part of the cast? Do you want to be part of the production team, and etc. So just go wherever the opportunities present,
Yes,
and
yes.
like just be wise in what opportunities you will take. Eventually, you'll find yourself doing what you really love.
Yes, I agree. Kasi when it comes to making those choices, like major decisions in life, I think na, sometimes it may be the wrong choice, or there's a choice that we could have taken better na, oh, I wish I have done this or I've taken this road. But I don't believe in coincidences. Like the
Right.
paths that we chose, it has a purpose. May meaning siya, may contribution pa rin siya sa buhay natin. It's not na parang walang kwenta or like, ay, sayang di ko nagamit yan. Because I think na it added something to us. It made us grow pa rin.
I think there's that like misconception that you always just have to work for money. Does that make sense? Because sometimes there are some jobs that are offered to you, but they don't compensate you with monetary gain. And I'm not saying that that's not a route to take. Like, of course, yes, you would want to do something that earns you money, but at the same time, give yourself some slack when you start doing something just for the fun of it. Because eventually, like, you never know where that opportunity will lead you. I think that's where fears start to step in talaga when you're working for money, and that's all you ever think about. Okay, I need to graduate in this course. I need to get this high-paying job. But I'm sure, like, I don't disregard the need for that. But yeah, like, have some fun also in whatever you're doing. Yeah.
Sige, sige. I think I'd like to start
That
it
hits
kasi
me.
I can connect it with what Dice just said na minsan nape-pressure kasi tayo na kailangan tama yung decision natin.
Right.
Na kailangan, I have to know what I want. I have to know, like, I have to be sure. Kasi parang feeling natin, okay, sige, if I choose this, I have to, like, stand by my decision. I'm not gonna change my mind. But then, life, we can never really predict. Like, we can plan all we want, but it's the Lord who really establishes yung plan niya.
Amen.
No, but really, kasi ang dami nating plan. Ako, before COVID, ang dami ko plano. Sabi ko, Lord, mag-masters ako, ganyan. Pupunta ako dito, ganyan.
Mag-boyfriend ako.
Ay,
ganyan.
but you get what I mean. I had all these plans, but then sometimes it doesn't go the way that we want it to. So, isipin natin, where are we right now? Ano ba yung mga choices that I can take? And pray about it. I think that's very important. Kasi para sa akin, and also consulting, it's very important to hear advices from other people so they can, because they see things that you don't see as well. So it's another input na you can also consider.
Yeah, one thing that I think maybe I have realized, or hopefully people have too, is that 2020 was not really a year. It's not only a year for lockdown and the pandemic, but it's also an opportunity for everyone to maybe find a way to enjoy what they have currently, and perhaps maybe even pursue their passions
Yes.
with it. That's also the journey that I have personally been into, where I don't know what is happening right now, but what I do know is I am doing something that that makes me happy, makes whenever I do it, people would also see it and influence them in a way. And I think that's a huge lesson moving forward for everyone. It's more of knowing what matters right
Totoo.
now and trying to see if you can evolve from it and bring others to you in the future.
Maybe the tip that number one tip that I could give is just to trust the Lord.
Wow.
Talaga. Kasi in every path that you take, for example, for me, I chose career over what I'm passionate about. But with my current status now, in choosing my career, may mga magagandang nangyari sa buhay ko. I met my wife in college. And right now, yung career ko, I'm good at it. Pero at the same time, when you're parang where nabe-benefit mo na yung mga, nakukuha mo na yung mga financial benefits in choosing your career, I was able to do what I'm passionate about. So yun talagang yung I was able to invest on the music, and also I had the time. Siguro when I was really doing all the career stuff. And lahat ng pagod na yun, at the end of the day, you will have enough time to do your passion and to focus about.
Hopping on to like the 2020 situation, I think yes, there are people who are privileged enough to be able to like think of what they want to do.
Yes,
But
yes.
there's also the reality that a lot of people also lost their jobs, lost their economic stability, so they don't have that luxury to think about what they want to do next, and they really just have to pivot and get a job that would
Yes.
really put food on the table. So I think the only tip that I have really, because I personally, even if I've graduated already and everything, and I seem to be in this quote-unquote kind of stable job, always have this growth mindset that wherever you are, whether you feel like you're passionate about what you're doing, whether it's just like, I don't know, flipping burgers in a fast food, like you can still have that passion there, that joy there. Don't ever think that any task is menial and
That's
little. Like, don't ever belittle yourself and box yourself in whatever task that you're doing, because you're unique. You're always gonna think of something different, you know. You're a that's the perk of being a human being versus a robot. Like, you have ideas, you have thoughts, you can think outside the box. So you can always bring in, you may not be doing what you're passionate about, but you can always bring in your passion into whatever you're
That's
doing. So yeah, that's my
Yeah, maganda din talaga yung growth mindset kasi if you have this kind of mindset, you open a lot of opportunities. You get a lot of ideas, and yun, it will open a lot of paths na lang.
In line with that, I think it's all about being intentional din. Na saan mo ba talaga gusto pumunta, and being patient as you strive to like go where you want to be. Kasi kung minsan the results of the work, like kunwari, if practical yung gagawin muna natin, yung work sometimes it doesn't pay off like how you wanted it to be. So parang feeling mo, ano ba yan? I should have chosen this, I should have chosen that. But then being patient and seeing how you can still grow despite the now, like with what he said, na focusing on the present, enjoying the journey, going to where you have envisioned yourself to be, is also an important like skill to have, or is that skill or character character to have.
I think it's like okay to take detours.
That's true.
There are two different kinds of people. There are people who already know what they're passionate about, and people who are kind of like, I have no idea what I want to do in life. I have no idea what I'm passionate about. So for the people who are already have goals, mindsets, and no self-awareness, just continue doing what you're doing. Just don't be afraid of the detours that you're taking, because eventually you'll get to the point wherein opportunities for doing something that you love will open itself to you. And then for the people who do not know what they're doing, be open to the experiences, because along the way you will find something that you really like doing and won't get bored of. So just take detours, take life as it is. Just be wise about the opportunities you're taking. Eventually, you will find something you really like.
Thank you guys for sharing your insights. In my humble opinion, passion and career may not always be on the opposite ends. If you are able to find a way to pursue what you love to do while supplying your needs financially, why not? When making a decision about careers, while it is important to think about money, that doesn't mean that it should only be your consideration. At least for me, I ask myself the question, what am I really called to do? What about you? What's your take on this subject? We want to hear from you. Join our Discord community, and we want to engage in a meaningful conversation with you guys. Also, if you like our content, why don't you subscribe to this channel and click on the notification bell so that you would be notified of our next videos. See you in the next one.